So there comes a day in every big project that I work on that I call the, oh my God, what the hell have I done day? Today would probably qualify. Basically, I've spent the entire morning getting all of the parts and pieces pulled out of their boxes for the solar power system that I'm going to be putting into the truck. And if you remember, it's all going into that little box desk, except for the solar arrays back there, which are going up on the top. So I finally have all of the bits and pieces. Of course, this doesn't include all the wiring and wiring harnesses and a lot of the other stuff that I've got already put into the truck. But I thought rather than just post a photo on Facebook at this point, because people are kind of asking me what I'm doing, I'd kind of just explain quickly how I'm going to set up this particular arrangement and kind of let you know what I've got equipment-wise. So, by the way, I completely hate unboxing videos, so I'm not going to show you me taking the stuff out. But anyways, so I decided that the best thing for me to go with was just kind of a unified system. You can mix and match a lot, but there are a lot of benefits you get out of a system that's kind of made by a single company. And the company out there that really makes, from what I can tell, the premium best solar equipment is this company called Victron. Of course, it's, you know, Dutch or German or one of those, which makes some sense. But I thought I'd go through real quickly what each of these things are, and then later I'll show you what it looks like when they're all installed. And I have actually got places for everything you see. So this is the inverter charger. So really this is what will convert my DC power into AC power, so I can plug in any AC things that I want to plug in, any AC tools or electrical devices. This is also what allows me to plug my shore power into the car, and that can charge the batteries from the AC wall. It is 120, which means it might be interesting when I get over to Europe. I haven't figured out whether I'm going to need to swap it out for the 240 version, but that's something I'm going to worry about in a couple of years when we ship the car over there, not right now. Luckily, all of the Americas are pretty much 110 or 120, and they should work fine for that. I bought two of these batteries. These are lithium-ion batteries. The reason Victron makes a relatively pricey battery, but what they offer is the smallest 200 amp hour battery you can find. So I've actually got 400 amp hours in these two batteries in the size I would normally only get 200 amp hours. And given space is limited, I really wanted to maximize the amount of battery power I could have. There's actually enough space for a third battery in that box I've designed, so I can have up to 600 amp hours. But at this point, my budget just was, I'm like, let's see how this works, because these are pricey enough. I've got my solar on-off switch here, so I'm ready to put that in. I've got my solar controller here, so the solar panels will come down through this on-off box into the solar charge controller, and will then go into our bus bar, this is the bus bar setup for the whole system, which will run all the DC power. So basically, everything will go in and out of this bus bar if it's the DC, 12 volt DC. Once again, that will handle the AC. I got these the Lynx Smart BMS, because these batteries are smart batteries, but they don't have a controller built in. They've got these little cables so that they can communicate, but you got to have an actual controller to do it. There were some less expensive controllers, but this one will actually talk to completely my Victron monitor, and this is going to be this will be the brains of the system, really. This is what will let me look at everything that's coming in and going out as far as voltage and power is concerned. And so I wanted something that I could really just troubleshoot by looking at a screen. I've got a bunch of fuses, mega fuses, and some things here that I'm going to be building into it. And of course, right back here is my solar panels. This is 400, no, I'm sorry, these are 350 total watts of solar. It's the largest I could get on the truck without overloading the size of the roof. When I build the camper, I will probably move these up to the top of the camper and add another 150 or so watts of charging. So we'll see how all of that goes. Should be sufficient, especially since I'm not going to be using it a lot yet, but we'll see where that goes. This is also interesting. This is basically a car tracking device, which I can actually embed in the car, hidden, which I will do. And it's a live constant tracker even when the car's off. So basically, it's a really fast way to keep track of where the car is at any one time. I thought that wasn't a bad idea to do as one of my security systems. There's a few others going on too, which I probably won't even talk about. Finally, this is the kind of master plan that I'm going by. A really neat website called explorislife.com that really gives a lot of amazing YouTube videos on how to. So something I have no intention of doing, but how to wire up all of this stuff. And they happen to be Victron distributors, so I downloaded or bought one of their setups. And the only difference I have is I'm using Victron batteries instead of the Battleborn batteries. But basically, it's a very similar setup to this one right here. Pretty much, that's where we're at. So I guess at some point I'll throw a video on how it's going. Meanwhile, wish me luck.